this. This is going to get dramatically more dangerous here.
Welcome to Viral Twist. A man stole a U-Haul and drove through red lights, jumping medians and looping the same street like it was a racetrack.
You're going to see more local jurisdictions take part in this pursuit and potentially even CHP if they are requested.
In the meantime, okay, there he is. He's turning onto, I guess, Valley View Street, Chris, but a lot of congestion in this area.
A lot of congestion, and interestingly, this is the second time he's been on Valley View Street, so he's done something of a loop through this part of the county, and that may provide, again, an opportunity for some prediction here. Again, if they can establish a pattern, that's what they're looking for. If he comes back down Valley View Street and they can get units ahead of him, then maybe they could lay down a spike strip. But from my vantage point, he really appears to be driving too fast and too erratic. I don't see them. They don't have the manpower down there to really triangulate in this kind of a situation, especially with all the traffic this afternoon. He's really just off to the races here. 67 miles per hour up Valley View Street, almost double the speed limit as he comes up on another busy intersection through a red light there, not even slowing down, not even a sign of braking as he went right through that red light there. And now we're going to start to see, I would imagine, those lead units start to pull back slightly. It's going to be very difficult for them to keep up with him in this kind of traffic as he continues speeding through these intersections. It's not like driving a regular car. You know, braking has to be very calculated. You can't brake too hard. You lose control of the vehicle, and you certainly can't be, you know, swerving through intersections at a high rate of speed. Already on several occasions, we've seen him make those wide turns, extra wide turns occasionally, even going into partially into oncoming lanes of traffic. Fortunately, the area that we're talking about here, you're not going to see many pedestrians. It's a pretty, it's a very heavily trafficked vehicle area, but where we are now, just south of Los Alamitos, is really not very prevalent to see a lot of crosswalks as we make our way further towards the west here. Until he gets further towards downtown Long Beach, then we'll start to see some more commercial activity. But right now, he's got a straightaway here along Westminster Avenue and Bolsa Chico Road as he continues to do about 75 miles per hour. Fortunately, though, they've been able to keep up with him. Seal Beach still has that primary unit about a football field behind that truck. But so far, not relinquishing this pursuit. They are still continuing to chase this guy down despite the dangerous driving with only the help of that CHP helicopter. So he's moving further west here into an industrial area just to the east of downtown Long Beach. Again, making his way westbound on Westminster Boulevard. Again, two people inside of that truck, and we have no idea what they are hauling in the back. Always another variable when you're talking about these box trucks. We have no idea what the motivation is for this driver. And I mentioned what may or may not be in the back. We have no idea what is in the back of this box truck, and it's a good possibility he may not even know what is in the back of that truck either, because this is, he's almost come in contact there right behind the tree. We'll see here if he made contact with that truck. He might have braked just in time, but I don't think he made contact there. Close call, though, to say the least, behind that tree as he continues weaving through traffic here. Further west, the further west we go, traffic is going to get a little bit busier. I was about to say this was reported to be a stolen U-Haul truck, so he probably does not even know what is in the back of that truck. So it matters what's in there, because if it's an empty truck, the truck will handle one way. If there's a lot of cargo in the back of that truck, that's a whole different situation. Either way, a very top-heavy vehicle that is difficult to maintain control in some of these. Oh, look at this. This is going to get dramatically more dangerous here if he continues this behavior. Jumping over that center median, trying to lose those units, doing a U-turn, and now going the opposite way. He's now turned around, made a crazy U-turn over that concrete median, and now going eastbound on 2nd Street in the direction he came from. This may prompt Seal Beach to ask for mutual aid here. They may begin asking for more units to help out in this pursuit. They are out of their jurisdiction here, but they are still the primary agency. California Highway Patrol, though, they've been monitoring this the whole time. Also, the LA County Sheriff's Department will likely have units in the vicinity as well. Another wide U-turn there, and now he's going back westbound once again. So he clearly is either making this up as he goes along, or for some reason person thinks that these U-turns are going to lose police, but they are pretty much, I don't want to say they're right on his tail. They're right. Now, he just crossed the Long Beach Marina, and still, despite all of that weaving through traffic, I've spotted at least 2 or 3 units that have managed to keep up with him throughout all of this crazy driving. It's only going to get busier the further west we get, and my worry is that the driving may start to get more aggressive, especially after you see him jumping medians and starting to do, just really erratic driving like that. Here he is, oncoming lanes of traffic, over the double yellow lines, a clearer glimpse now into the passenger seat. Hard to make out it looks like the passenger is clutching on. Almost looks like she's clutching on to either a stuffed animal or a baby. I don't know what she's holding on to.
I think covering her face in terror.
Yeah, that might be it.
Maybe covering her face. That could be it. Yep.
Yeah,
that could be
scared.
It was difficult to my see. I know you guys have slightly larger monitors than I do.
Yeah.
You may have a better vantage point, but she is clearly holding something up against her face.
Yeah.
And the driving continuing
he's going
now
to
through a parking lot off of Pomona Avenue. Behind a restaurant, through an alleyway here. Seal Beach pulling off slightly, but they are still very close. They haven't made that turn with him, but he is now speeding through an alleyway behind Covina Avenue near 2nd Street, a commercial district, and now making a right turn into a residential neighborhood just off of Corona Avenue. You can see the helicopter overhead circling. But what we don't see is those Seal Beach units that we saw just a minute ago making these turns with them. Have they pulled back at all? They've pulled back quite a bit. They have. They've pulled out quite a bit, pulled back quite a bit here in the last 30 to 60 seconds. And now he is on his own through this residential neighborhood. CHP circling the stolen U-Haul. A desperate individual behind the wheel here, and to see that passenger covering her face, if that's indeed what it did look like that, it makes you wonder now what is going on with that person. Is this person being held under duress? What is going on? We can only imagine what the situation is or how this started. But again, this is believed to be a stolen U-Haul. You can't even rule out the possibility that maybe this was a carjacking of some sort, and maybe the passenger is completely oblivious to who this person is who's driving this truck. I'm speculating here, but anything is possible based on what we're seeing here.
Certainly is. It's going into some little residential neighborhood now, it looked like, or a cul-de-sac, or?
Yeah, he may find a dead end in this neighborhood here. It might be a circle. He's pulling over, parking. He sees that there's nobody behind him. He sees a spot where he could dump the vehicle. He's going to walk away here, and the passenger is going to walk with him. Let's go ahead and widen out just slightly to see if there's anybody in the area here. He's walking along the water. There's a channel that comes from the marina here at the end of Elliott Street. There's a marina, and now he is walking onto some rocks here. There is not easy access for the cops to get here, but here they are pulling into a parking lot. This will either become a foot pursuit unless he surrenders here in the next few seconds. Now walking towards those officers.